6 over 60, a show about living a great life at a great age. This show is made possible because of You Care and Northern Tier Insurance.
Hey, welcome to 6 over 60. I'm Erika Gilsdorf, and today I'm with Jerry Short. Hi, Jerry.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Yeah, and we're going to talk guitar lessons. So 6 over 60 is about people living a great life at a great age. And DLCCC said, you got to talk to Jerry. So we brought him in. And tell us, you teach guitar lessons to senior citizens.
Mm-hmm. I started the program in January of 23, and I had like 7 people show up, and then the next month I started the actual lessons. And now I'm up to 35 or 36 people over 4 classes, and then I'm starting a songwriting group too.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even know about this. So now,
a lot of people don't know about it.
Well, and now
it's the best kept secret.
Yeah. So how did you get into guitar playing?
I've been playing since I was about 10 years old.
Okay.
And that's 60 years. I hate to even say that.
That's good. And so, what do you like about guitar playing?
Oh, everything. Everything. It's a way out of your head. You know, a lot of times when you've got. I grew up with some really hard times, and that was my escape.
Yeah. Did you perform ever or anything like that, or just for yourself?
Not until within the last 20, 30 years I started.
Okay.
And now I have a music partner, and we go out and play at retirement homes.
Oh.
And donate our time for that.
Oh, nice.
And right now we're playing at 3 different places once a month, and we want to add more, but time is the thing too.
Yeah, you got 4 classes.
And when I have that too, you know.
And so why guitar playing for senior citizens and not, because it's only senior citizens, you don't do it for younger people, right?
Right.
And so why just for senior citizens?
Well, because, the biggest thing, and the reason I decided to start this was because I talk to people all the time, and everybody says, I always wanted to play guitar, but I didn't have time. Now most of them are retired or close to retirement, and they have time.
Yeah.
And it's amazing what they've done. And you know, it's so near and dear to me because they come in and they don't know they can do it until they do it. They're doing it. And you know, I had a gal that came in, she was just barely old enough, right? And she's still working. And she actually had to quit because of that, quit the lessons because of that. She was just too much going on at work. But she was with me for, I want to say, 2 months. And to see her in class, and here after about a month and a half, she played and sang that song, Stand By Me. And, excuse me, while she was playing it, she was adding percussion with her hand on the guitar, and it just blew us all away in the class. And the whole time she was doing it, she was just grinning, and the joy on her face, you just can't make it up.
Oh, I have goosebumps because I love that feeling of learning something new. It's just,
especially to something you can share with other people.
Yeah.
You know, playing and singing a song.
Right.
So many people can't do that, and there's no reason why they can't. It's just desire, for the most part.
Yeah, and like when we were talking before the show, I'm like, well, I want to do this, but like, do you have to sing? I'm like, I can't sing, and you're like, everybody can sing.
Everybody can sing.
And so tell us about that. Why is everybody can sing? I'm like, yeah, why am I telling myself I can't sing?
You know, when
May not be great, but I can still sing.
Like I say, I'm not a singer, but I sing all the time. Not long ago, I watched this thing on YouTube, and it was about a seminar about performing, people who perform. And he said, there was a group of like 30 people. And he said, so how many people here are singers? You know, probably 3 people raised their hand. He said, okay, how many people here aren't singers but sing anyway? Almost everybody in the group there raised their hand. And he said, thank you, because all you gotta do is find your own voice. Bob Dylan, he's not a singer. People don't go to his concerts to hear him sing. They go to his concerts to see his poetry, right?
Oh, right.
Especially if you're doing your own stuff, you know, but I don't know, like my partner and I, we do covers of all these classic rock and country songs, and apparently it's good enough. They love us, or they seem to.
Now I gotta go find if I have that guitar still at the cottage. We have a lot of nephews that are musicians coming and going, and I hope it didn't disappear.
I'd be glad to look at it and tell you if it's usable, and if it's not, you'd be surprised how many students that came to me ended up buying a new guitar. And I don't make anything out of it or anything like that, but I found one supplier that will supply a really nice acoustic guitar for around $140.
Really?
With a really quality bag to carry it in, and free shipping. And I'll tell you what, they've sold a lot of guitars because of me.
Okay, so I'm like seriously sold on this because like I was saying again before we started filming, that feeling like when I was little playing, and that creative stuff, you get this feeling, and I'm like, it's fun, like to think of learning a musical instrument. I mean, I even like the feel of the little book, like I want a book that has the chords in it, like when I took piano lessons. But I do know that as we get older, myself, you start getting, my son calls it elasticity. Your elasticity, you need to keep it flexible. And you think, I can't do that, I can't do that. And then it's like, I love talking to you because like, of course you can do it.
Yes, you can.
Of course, and you can do it. It can take, some people, he said, pick it up quick, some longer, but who cares?
I have one student who is a Parkinson's patient, and he is playing. He used to play, a lot more when he was younger, but his doctors told him this is good for you to get out and try to do it, keep doing it,
Yeah.
And yes, arthritis affects us all when we get older. There are so many things I can't do on a guitar anymore that I used to be able to do, not even thinking about it. And now it's like, it's almost impossible, but by God, I can still play guitar.
See, that's what, like my mom was a knitter, and she's like, that's why she thinks she kept her hands so agile.
There you go.
So I think it keeps like instruments, art, creativity keeps your brain, keeps you like young, keeps you going, but also then the social thing. Like you've got people at like 32 people in a
35. 35. But you have no idea the social thing. And this was part of the vision I had for this when I first started it. And that's exactly what it's turned into. Because, my first class, the one at 8:30, that was my original class, my very first class. And we had one of the gals have to leave, move away, right? So we threw her a great big going away party. And we've had birthday party for the program. We have Christmas parties, and we've had picnics. We go out and have picnics. And the social aspect is what I really like, because most of these people had no clue as far as who anybody else was.
Right.
But now so many of them are best friends.
So I have a question for you. How do you have a class where you've got some people, like I'd walk in and I do not know one thing about guitar playing, and somebody that's been there for a year and they're like, oh my gosh.
They're not in the same class.
Oh, you have different classes. So you put the beginners in and then you move on up.
Well, this is how it has worked. And when I first knew, see, I had 9 in my very first class that is what I refer to as level 4 now. Okay?
Oh, okay.
All right. And then it got to the point where I asked these girls, because most of them were girls, and
you gotta get some men out there.
Oh, I know, I've got some.
Yeah.
I've got some. But I asked them, I said, so how do you guys feel about me bringing more in here to this class? And they're like, well, you can, And I'm like, well, the problem is too that 9 is really enough in one class with this. Because, otherwise I'm afraid that I'm spreading myself too thin and they're not getting a benefit, right? So what I did then was I started the second class, right? And they come in at 10, right? These all take place on Thursday, okay? Okay. Which frees me up for other things during the week.
Yeah.
Because I do metal artwork too at home, I like to, I'm creative, But anyway, getting back, I digress. Getting back, so I decided, well, I'll just start another class and we'll call that a beginner class, and that'll start at 10 o'clock, right? So that class came in, and pretty soon that was at 8 people. And then I'm like, no, I don't want to add more to this one. So, and I asked them, I said, how do you guys feel about it? Yeah, well, we like our own little group. And of course they do, you know.
Yeah.
So then I started the next class, and so they've gone to level 1 and 2, to level 1, 2, and 3, to level 1, 2, 3, and 4. And each time, now the 8:30 class, now they're level 4. Where before, they were level 2 because that's all there was.
Oh,
But that,
yes, gotcha.
I don't know any other way to do it.
I think that's, yeah.
And so many people ask me, so wait a minute, how come your level 4 is your first class? Because that's, I have to keep adding onto the tail end of it,
Oh
see?
my gosh, that's awesome.
It really is.
I love it. Okay, so if somebody wants to see and check out your guitar lessons, they would contact who? DL?
Me.
You? And
Yep,
how do they
straight to
contact
me.
you? Oh, they go straight to you. They don't go through Engage. I mean, where is this through? This is through the
It's through the Engage program at the DLCCC.
But they, okay, so it's through the Engage program at the CCC, and that's, the Engage program is for people 50 and over, right? But to do the guitars, they go straight to you.
They just contact me.
Okay.
And my email
Is?
is gse5470 @yahoo.
Okay, say that one more time.
gse5470 @yahoo.
Okay. I'm so excited because I'm going to do this.
You really should, because if it's something you always wanted to do, you will be amazed what you can do.
One last question. I can't play the piano. I cannot memorize those notes. Am I going to have a hard time with guitar?
You don't read music playing guitar. Almost nobody does.
You memorize the chords and stuff?
You just learn the chords.
Oh my gosh.
You will be amazed.
Because I sat there forever with those music.
Yeah, you don't
and
do
she'd
that.
have flashcards for me. I'm like, I'm sorry, it's just not absorbing.
Do you know I had one gal in my first class that when we got ready to do the, you know, because right from the beginning I started talking about a recital, you know,
Oh,
just
yeah.
to get them geared up for it emotionally, right?
Yeah.
And so, but it took a little more than a year to actually get it done. But she was, from the very beginning, she's like, I'm not doing no recital. I said, you don't have to. I said, well, why do you have that kind of an attitude about it though? She said, because when I was a little girl, my parents made me take piano lessons, and I didn't want to, but I did it. And then they made me do a recital, and when I got done, I had to curtsy.
She's not about curtsying, huh?
No, she wasn't about that. So anyway, she sat out the recital, but it was so funny because one of the gals in my level 3 class, when she got done with her number at recital, she came off the little stage and curtsied. It was hilarious.
This is awesome. Well, thanks for joining us for 6 over 60. Thanks, Jerry. So glad you could come in, and stay tuned. We'll have more 6 over 60 over the next few weeks.
Thanks for having me.